Welcome everyone. I'm Maria Serafina from Sancta Sera Lumina, Temple of the Light, and I'm welcoming you today for a practice, an energy clearing and recalibration. And so right now there's a lot of the collective root chakra is really being destabilized, and destabilization in the root chakra isn't necessarily negative, because what it's asking us to do is to recalibrate to an authentic frequency of what we might call safety, support, nurturance, being in the collective family, in the sense like having our people and having that foundation of relationality. That's a better way of expressing it. Being in relationship with supportive connections, whether that is human or other than human, or in the liminal spaces, guides and allies and whatnot. So when this disruption that we're going through creates a nervous system reaction of like, where do I put my attention? Where do I take action? Where do I find safety? Where do I find respite? How do I recalibrate and come into homeostasis or balance within myself? And when the traditional places that we seek that stability are no longer available to us, then we're kind of left floating, and we can freeze, we can collapse, we can get overly overthinking and panic and all sorts of things. So we want to be able to return to center and find a source of resource of calibration in for the root chakra that is no longer dependent on those old external sources. Okay, so that's more talking, thinking, framing. Now let's go into the work. So you can close your eyes, you can lie down or be seated, and just make yourself comfortable. And come into your breath. You don't have to change your breath at this point, just simply noticing the breath so your attention is coming back inwards. And then once you have the awareness of your breath, start to deepen it. So as you inhale, the belly gently expands, and as you exhale, it softens. And you lengthen it, make it a little bit longer, a little more expansive without creating any stress in the body. You might naturally start to sigh or yawn as you drop a little bit more into your breath. And with each exhale, focus on softening the physical body. Soften through the eyes. Soften through the jaw. You can allow your lips to stay gently parted. Tongue in the bottom of the mouth, not pressed up to the roof of the mouth. Exhaling to soften the shoulders. Exhaling to soften the pelvis and the belly. And whether you're seated or lying down, just allow your body to grow heavier against the support that your body's connected to. Good. From here, just using your imagination, whether you visualize or not, you can decide that it is so, have an intention, that you have an energetic cocoon around you. It can be a ball of light of sorts. And that this energetic cocoon is a part of you. And anything that is not supportive, we direct it outside of our energetic space. Any parts of us, ourselves, that we've left elsewhere, we call it back into our energetic space. And just take a few moments here. With each breath, as I inhale in, I call back all parts, fragments of myself that maybe I left behind outside of my energetic field. And every exhale, I release anything that does not belong to me that I might be holding in my energetic field. Good. So just stay with that consciously for a few breaths with that intention. And then we'll start to bring in some assistance to clear out any sticky spots. So as the light language transmission comes through, you can just allow yourself to relax. You are in your sovereign authority. So anything that is transmitted is an invitation for you to receive or not receive, or to do with as your soul knows to do in your highest and best interest, respecting your divine authority. Okay. Hamato torhim a tara tishum akari itreru o ta tara mota tete turhatusiate. So what we're disconnecting each one from are any implants, any thoughts, beliefs, systems of fear that are intended to destabilize your organic, innate stability and authority. Hata otarimi anna keteri torta shota matarota kakarota keriton oshkera. Kahara keno manakitri shon kokre. Kahare siturha makare keke orhi minatai. Hummasatiti orhi terakotara ma ishurate marahatur. Katarihiania orha. We are simply working through the auric field. Atareme erito torshamakare ito. And restoring the filters that have just been clogged. You can imagine the chakra almost like a fan in a plastic casing. And when that fan's been running for a long time, it gets all this dust on the plastic casing and on the fan itself. So we're just clearing that off through each chakra. And we're starting with the root and working our way up. You can breathe into your root, into your legs, into your lower pelvis, into the base of your spine, into your pubic bone. Hushin la maritano rotara hotara mahrate tratutur sanara diputurta tarimurta taritana karoshana. Going to the sacral, into the pelvis, into the lower belly, lower back. Anya katetitireto shada hips kanna kiritutur shunna marite diritata. Shamasrita turhunna manayhenne katurushamarya der hoshatar kunna manayhrate. Ahra kanara hitoro shamara hitte hara ura manayatara katorama. Breathe in. Breathe out. Into the solar plexus, upper belly, mid to low back. Most of the internal organs. Clearing out those cobwebs that help that take us away from being connected to our personal power and sovereignty. Shura, take a couple deep breaths. Shura marita dara urata taruta da umarita de rota. Shura ere shotara mataru maratere. Tatarkian, moving up into the heart space, into the chest, rib cage, lungs, heart. Take a breath and just really relax. Release. Some of the heart pathways are just getting clogged, so clearing that. Kimirini siti shata kakari mushate korota narota maria lorda Oria rota a retromana hiate, Uthran mata sachatura, Hurran na eriete duro. Hurramana hite suto sharamana kiatur shata. Take a breath into the throat. Whoosha. These are shoulders, neck, coming up in the mouth and the ears, all in the throat chakra. Clearing out all the information we take in auditorily. So as we clean these filters, it's like turning up the volume on the light and the goodness and turning down the volume on the distortion and the fear and the collective pain body. Kushana Katharin Muri Tatarukutari Kinyamara Tatara Ushkada Ihretituru Marayita. Hura Tatarakamara Hienor Etatra Utara Kemiata Shanakura. Take a deep breath. Side out. Third eye, eyes, Tukoramanaikara, Hurtarada, pituitary gland, Uramanayara, Uratatara, all that the distortions we take in visually, Shumarata, so that we can see clearly through the veil, through the matrix, and we can see what is actually being created, Rumarata, the new pathways, Ushana, and the goodness and the light. Shamaniti Tirikana Kofi Mikatoro Katar Himara Tatar Hutara Ara Hurar Tatata Amaritero Ushatrata Tum Maratatari. Widening the aperture and what you can see, being able to see into the liminal, be able to see between words, between frames. Shuna, seeing the intention behind things. Do I align with the intentions or not? Hummatatati shata ora manakataru shutara makatata ora manariete desatro shamaraikan. Take a deep breath in. Side out. Crown, top of the head. Connection to your higher self and to the upper chakras, to your soul. This is really quite clear for most people who are tuning into this work. So what we're inviting is that clarity now to just come down through the central channel and through the auric field, coming down to hold the root. So here we're getting to the root of the work today, the intention. And so you can imagine just the light and clarity of your upper chakras just gently permeating through the rest of you now that those filters are clear. It's like, oh, here I am. Here I am. The fullness of who I am. And just let that drop down towards the root. And down towards the earth chakra, the earth star chakra, or some, in my teachings, it's the 11th chakra beneath the feet, the interface with the earth's auric field. Okay, and so here we're just going to help to open up for the root to land into the divine organic blueprint of the earth. Just holding, breathing. So the most important thing for you is to have what some call a sit spot. So it's a place in nature that you feel connected with. It could be by a river, it could be by some rocks, a particular tree, but it's a place that you're naturally drawn to. The place that you're naturally drawn to is open and accessible for you to come into communion with the heart of the earth, with the organic imprint, blueprint, template of the earth more easily. There's a lot of deadened places on the earth, unfortunately, a lot of places where energetic ley lines have been tampered with or closed or dormant or simply forgotten. And so the place that you feel most connected with is there is a direct relationship and an openness. It's almost like in acupuncture, it's like a meridian point that is open and vibrant and flowing well. And when you place your body on that place physically, or take yourself there in your mind's eye, your intention, that helps to calibrate your whole physicality with that original truth. There is a purity, which is not the same as Puritanism, but like there's a purity, an authenticity, and integrity when you connect with that place. So take a moment, if you have that connection with something, some place in nature, intend yourself to be there. Know it, feel it, sense it, perceive it. And then we're going to let it do the work of connecting with your root chakra. Yeah, and it's just, we're going to release the places that you've gotten tied into just by virtue of what's happening in the world and the intention to co-opt our sense of safety. I'm just going to loosen that up. It's almost like when you're transplanting a plant and you take it out and there's all the dirt and soil connected to the roots, and we're just shaking it out, and then we're going to transplant the roots into this place that is inherently safe and connective for you. So note that it is not, while it is external to you, it is in relationship with you, and it's not connected to the news. It's not connected to government. It's not connected to other people and their belief systems. It's simply connected with the pure essence of the earth. There you go. So you're starting to transplant. The roots are starting to really take root here. And just allowing that to flow through and in and around you, reminding your root chakra of what is real and what is true. Illusion and distortion will kind of pop you out of yourself, whereas truth and integrity, clarity, sinks you back in. And it is up to us to have the discernment. So the body's going to be reactive, and then we need to have the discernment. Oh, wait a second. This is distortion. I need to plant my roots firmly, nourish them, tend to the soil, water them in this connective place. Good, there you go. Just breathe. Breathe in. Sigh it out. You might choose to rest here for as long as it feels good in this connective, rooted place. And when you're ready to move forward with your day, just take a moment of gratitude with this place you've connected with. And you can also just bring your awareness through each chakra, through the central channel, through the legs and the pelvic floor, through the hips and the lower belly, through the upper abdomen, through the heart and mid-back, through the throat and the neck, upper back and shoulders, through the forehead, the third eye, the back of the skull, and through the crown, the top of the head and above. And just let your sense of connection to your inner chamber, your inner channel of light, held between the above and the below, anchored within. And take deep gratitude for your body, your wisdom, your soul's knowing. And again, anything that is not for you to receive, you take a deep breath in, sigh it out and let it go. as you sit in your divine authority. Good. So rest here as long as you need to. And when you're ready to shift out, take your time making gentle movement with the body. You can rub your hands together and cup the eyes. Gently smooth the hands down the face, the arms, the chest, the legs, the back, down towards your feet. And then as you open your eyes, you gently look around your space, just orienting to what appeals to you. Maybe a plant, sunlight through the window, a piece of art, a beloved pet. And then slowly start to bring bigger movement to your body. You might take time to write or just listen to some music or walk outside and do something that feels nourishing for yourself in the day. All right. Thank you for joining me. I would love to hear from you in the comments how you responded to the work today, how you're feeling. If you have any questions, please hit the subscribe button so that you can get notification of upcoming posts. I try to post about once a week, depending on what's going on in my life. And I have some beautiful offerings, sipping nectar, reclamation of erotic innocence beginning at the end of the month. There's details on my website, which I'll link below. And I welcome any donations if you feel called to support my work in that way. It's most welcome, and there's a link in the description. All right, thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful day.